and welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. Now let's take care of this delete. So I'm going to exit out and scroll right down, grab the delete button, double click on the delete right up there. Okay, with the delete I'm going to enter as follows: dim, let's say I as integer. Okay, now using a for loop, for I equals 1 2, that will be range, and the range is from A to 65,356 rows that I'm allocating. I think there might be more in Excel. Dot and that will be dot and X, to the X up, yeah, close that, dot, come on, dot rows, dot row -1. Okay, so -1 from that row when you click on delete. So the next thing is I'm going to, let's say if, let's get that indented, if else st display dot selected, and the item select if is I, then rows I plus 1 dot select. Then we need to say selected or selection dot delete, and if. There we go. And I will also need to close nested I. Right, so get this one indented. Okay, now once those ones are deleted, let me declare another variable here that I will just call dim txt. So I want anything cleared, or you can just make this txt a global variable because it's local now, so that's alright. So whatever in there I want it cleared once it's deleted. So I'm going to grab all of this just in case if we have anything inside any of the text box and combo box. So we now want everything in there deleted or cleared. That's it. So those are the lines of code from here down here for the delete button. Right, so now let's come back here. We need to take care of, let's take care of select search, this very one. Double click on search, and right here in the search I need the following. Let's declare dim I search, that's just a variable that I made up, as long, comma, and let's say I as long as well. Then I search equals worksheet, and this worksheet that I'm referring to is sheet number 1. Close that. Dot. So we now need to specify the range to start from A1 dot current region dot row dot count. Now let's use a for loop to carry out all this search. So let's copy this. For I equals 1 2 I search, grab that, paste that in here, and we also need to get it trimmed. Trim sheet 1 dot cells, open a bracket, that will be 1 I 1. Yeah, close that. If it's not equals to trim, then txt search.text and I equals I search. Then we want the system to do as follows: display a message box. So if it's not equals to what we're asking the system to search for, let's give us a message box. Let's say no search data found. Alright, so we now need to, let's set focus in my search button here, dot set focus there. So if we can't find that, we might as well just delete whatever we have in here and set the focus. So instead of deleting just what we have in here, should in case we have some other data, we can delete those ones as well. So let's come into my reset and just copy whatever I have on my reset. All this right here and delete anyway. Copy all of this and just use it to clear it. Yeah, there. Okay, so I didn't bother include this because this is officially taken care of here. Alright, then the next thing is, if the content is, first thing first, let's enter txt there, else we will have an error. We could have made that a global variable, but that's okay. Now, however, if the content we're looking for, if, let's come in here and just copy this, copy all of these up to here and paste it right underneath here. So if trim sheets 1 dot cell 1 is in, okay, close that, and that means equals trim whatever we have in here. Okay. Paste. If it's equals, that should be an equals. Okay, that is for my very first text box, space, or I want to check out the other column. That's for the very first column, sorry. Check out the other column, whatever we might have inside the other column, and copy this and paste it right underneath here. Paste, let's enter it in a bracket. Whatever we may have in here, so that is, this will be 2, so column 1, column 2, okay, and so on and so forth. So copy, we're now talking of column 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So change all of this, that to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and column 10 there. So with column 10 we have to then say we have to enter then. What do we want the system to do now? We now want to assign, let's say txt reference.text equals this very one, cell number 1. Okay, you can just copy that. So equals cell 1. This will be 1, comma 1. Okay, then the other one will be number 2. So I'm going to copy this. I will change the rest around. So this one will be first name. First name is 2. 3, that's surname. And we have address. That's 4, 5, 6. Then after address we have postcode. Then we have telephone. And after the telephone we have the registration date. Reg date or date reg. Then we have CBO proof dot text. This will be 7. Copy that. Paste. 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 And this is CBO member type. Then this one is CBO member. Please. Okay, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. So we used the for loop there. Then we have to exit the for. Exit that for loop. And the if statement, and also we need to get I nested there. Okay, for loop ended. Then for each, and we end this as well, and we get the I itself nested. So that is that done. Okay, that is for my search. So have a good look at it. Take it from the top here, search function, bring it down, 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 and there we go. Alright, let's take care of, where is that one? Add record. Okay, with the add record, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to declare the following. So let's call it WKS as that will be worksheet. Okay, that's the name of my variable. Alright, let's declare another one that I will use that to add. So I'll call that add new. Add new as, that will be range. Then I'm going to now set the worksheet equals sheet 1. Then we also need to set, let's set add new equals sheet dot that should be an S, dot range, and that range is going to start from A. Let's enter A, 65,356. That is my range. Dots to the end, open a bracket, X up, take it to the top, and we also need to get it offset. 1,0. Okay, now let's add my data now. So I'm going to say add new dot offset, which means when I add a value, be prepared to take in another value. So the very first one is going to be 0 by 0 dot value equals txt ref dot text. So that's the very first one taken care of. I have 10 in total. I'm just going to copy that, paste, and I'll just change the names around. Copy, paste, and let's change this one. The first one is 0, so the second one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6 here. Right. Okay, the second one is first name, surname, address, postcode, then we have telephone, then after the telephone we have dates, date of registration, date reg, and here that is CBO, proof of ID, CBO members, member type, and this one is CBO fees. There, that is it, all done. So now let's try it out. Okay, so I think maybe we should just try this out, and if there's any problem we just take it from there, but I doubt. Alright, first thing first, let's try to search for someone here. So I'm going to use the postcode. Let's say LK067. Search, that's it. Okay, we have plus sky there, so that's good. Now let's see. Now one other thing that we need to do is we need to be able to protect this very workbook, because we can still enter data straight into that workbook. Where is it? That's it right there. You see, we can enter data in there, that is not allowed. So let's go back to our Visual Studio, and right here the first thing I'm going to do is, you see the workbook itself, that's it right there. Double click on the workbook, and in here, and I want to get my procedural area, and that is workbook. Inside that workbook, I'm going to say the active workbook, dot sheets, and the sheet that I'm referring to is sheet number 1. Close that. Dot protect, that should be dot protect with the password. And that password, I'm going to just use the password that I've been using all along. I'm going to call that employee 9, so that because I do remember that. You can use whatever you want, but I'm using employee 9 because I can remember that. So I'm going to say user interface only. So that's for the user interface only, and I'm going to set that to true. Okay, now the next thing is, maybe I should just say form.show. Form1 dot show. So anytime I run the program, I want the form1 to show first. Close that. It's still not going to take effect until I go to my form then, and right here, see where we have the tools. I will then select the VBA property, click on that. Once you see this dialog box, go to the protection. You see where we have this tab protection. Click on this checkbox and enter your password there. Employee 9. Then confirm that very password. Employee 9, and click on OK. There. Before that can take effect, we have to close our application entirely. Make sure it's saved, and I'm going to close everything. So close this, and we close this as well. And we also need to reopen it now. And the form should up very good. You see the form opens up immediately. That is good. So let's see if I can just come straight in here and change anything. So I'm going to close this. Close this. Let's see if I can change anything, add data. There we go. So the end user who is now authorized would not be able to carry out any amendment on the workbook itself. Okay, let's go back to the developer here, and let's go to VBA, and that's it. We won't be able to do anything. If I click on this, nothing will happen. That's what the only thing I will end up with. If I want to carry out any amendment or any modification, click on the plus sign there. It asks you for your password. I'm going to purposely get the password wrong, and look at what invalid password. So let's enter the correct password now. There we go. Okay, and now I can now go to my form. You see, and I have the form. Double click on it. As the main administrator, I have the right to carry out any changes that I want or any modification. So now come in here, let's search for someone. I'm going to look for, let's look for me, Paul Omen. Search. There we go. That's my detail there. Okay, now let's come back in here and search for Sally. There. And let's try to delete somebody. I'm going to search for Tommy. That's Tommy there. And I'm going to delete Tommy now. Come in here, delete Tommy. Gone. Okay, what else can we do? We can print. I don't have print on my system. We can exit. I'm not going to exit just yet. Okay, I've been able to search using the first name. I want to try and search maybe using postcode. So let's try and search using postcode. I'm going to go for this very one. Let's see, let's look for another one. Okay, let's use LK 0. 467 and search. There, that's it. And we can add. Let's try and add. Click, let's come in here, add a new data. And what is the name going to be? We can call that John Johnson. And in here it's going to be number 34 or 43. Okay, that's fine. It's a Great Hall Road, Kilburn, London. And the postcode. And let's come in here, telephone number. Date. And type of member. Let's say it's a student. Proof of ID students. Type of member, I'm going to make that quarterly, and the fee is going to be £31. Okay, we have John Johnson. I want you guys to have a look at the names there. Do we have John Johnson? Okay, we don't have John Johnson there. Come right down here. There's no John Johnson. So now add. There we go. We now have John Johnson right underneath here. There we go. And let's check our spreadsheet as well. And that's it. That's John Johnson right there. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it. You all have a nice day now. And please do subscribe to my channel. And you can also join to become a member of the channel. And bye for now. You all have a nice day.